I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amber. This is amaraslogic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news live edition. Before we get into it, y'all know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Y'all know what we here to talk about. What just happened? What is happening currently between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Cleveland Cavaliers, where the Bucks are leading 117 to 111 with about 17.9 seconds left here. The Bucks should be able to close this out. And shout out to the Bucks for getting a road win here. It was very shaky in the first half. Also, a lot of turnovers in the first half. We looked a little sloppy in the first half. So I'm just happy we stepped up in the third quarter and the fourth quarter and played well. Maybe this is a team that just turns it on when they need to. I mean, we dropped 40 on them in the third, and that kind of is that's how we got the lead, and that's where kind of got us to where we're at. But I see people tapping in already, so let me get to it. Hold on a second, Driz. Let me just get to the stats here real quick, and then I'm going to tap you in, bro. I know it was a lot of passion in the chat today. A lot of passion in the chat. So right now the Bucks are shooting 51% from the field, 41% from the three, 23 or 26 from the free throw line. We did have 17 turnovers, but 10 of those or more were in the first half. We just didn't play up to our standards in the first half. Damian Lillard had 7 points in the first half, 24 in the second half. I mean, he really played well in the second half, like along with Giannis. Middleton with a double-double, 11 assists. He did have 4 turnovers. Lillard had 4 assists, 2 turnovers with the 31 points. And Beasley was hooping early with the 15. Got to give Beasley his credit. He was hooping. And then Bobby Portis got us 9. Beauchamp only played 11 minutes, 5 points. Pat Connaughton played 23 minutes and had 3 points. 23 minutes and had 2 points. That's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. My fault I have the screen on here, y'all. So you can see the Bucks 51%, 41, 85 from the line. 17 turnovers first half. Pat, 23 minutes. 3 points is crazy. Jarrett Allen had the game of his life. Played 40 minutes, 15 to 17, 30 points. Spider Mitchell had 34. Then Porter did a little something. Strus did a little something. But this has really been a Donovan Mitchell and Jarrett Allen show. But we at least are holding them as we speak to less than 50% shooting. They couldn't buy a bucket from 3. That's what really helped us. They were 6 of 43 from 3. And then they only shot 9 free throws, which helped us out a lot. But they only had 8 turnovers in this game as well. I'm going to tap you in 1 second, Driz. Again, they have more points in the paint, 64 to 52, so that's definitely a problem. We have more points off turnovers, 18 to their 16. They have more fast break points. The difference in the game is really the free throw shooting and field goal shooting for the Milwaukee Bucks to really seal this win, and the second half by the Bucks. Let me go ahead and tap in my man Driz here. Let me tap you in, sir. Hold on. What up, Driz? Tell me how you feeling, bro.
I said, yo.
What up? What up?
Definitely check out tomorrow on the NBA store. They got AJ Green jerseys going on sale. It says free AJ Green. Man, I'm okay with us trading Brooke Lopez and Pat Connaughton for PJ Tucker.
Hey, Bucks Nation. Hey, Driz came on. He gave his little greeting, and he got right the shots fired.
35 minutes and 9 points. What are we doing? There's no point in being on the floor.
Hey, Lopez had 10 rebounds today. We got to give Lopez his credit. He had 10 rebounds today, bro. Come on, man. Lopez had 10 rebounds. He never rebounds. Come on, man. We got to give him that.
There's someone else on the bench that can do that. Bobby Portis, AJ Green, Marjan.
Right.
We could definitely find those 10 rebounds somewhere else.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying he had 6 blocks today too. So he did at least have some value today. He was getting killed, I know that, but at least he had 9. Okay, so he had 9 points, almost a double-double, and then 6 blocks. I mean that's not bad considering. Considering that's not bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we do have to give him
And
his credit. And Beasley, much maligned on defense. He was 5 of 8 shooting three. He really was a big part of our first half being in the game and just having an impact. And then the Stars were able to bring it home. So we got to give some of these people we go in about a little bit of slack. Like today, I feel like Beasley should get a little slack. You know what I'm saying? He was hooping today. And considering how bad Lopez played the last game, this is an improvement. And he grabbed some rebounds. So let's give him that. He did grab some rebounds today. He did have the 6 blocks, so he was at least having more of an impact, especially as far as a rim protector.
yeah, I definitely got to be harsh on him though. I'm bringing this milk pretty quickly, and he's on the hot seat for sure. I mean, this is very unacceptable. I mean, he's definitely going to need that conversation. We're going to trade your brother if you don't step up.
I'm gonna trade
So
your brother. Start hooping. It's crazy. I'm gonna tap
we need a
y'all in
triple
a
double
minute,
from him.
Daniel. I see you. He said we don't start hooping. We don't trade your brother. It's wild. The threats. You ain't wrong. Though. I feel you. Go ahead, Driz.
But yeah, I mean, there's definitely talks of PJ Tucker being sent to the Bucks, so definitely look out for that.
Mm-hmm.
And besides the game today, I thought we did really well overall. We started out hot, and again, we're just going through the motions. It seemed like Dame didn't put any more effort than the last game, but ended up with what 20 plus points.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dame started off slow. They was bombing on him in the chat. They were bombing on him in the chat. Bombing on him. Let me
Yeah.
add. It's plenty of people calling. Let me just add everybody here real quick. I'm gonna add you first, Daniel. Then I'm gonna add you, Chitty. Then we gonna go on a little Brown Robin here. So Driz, finish your statement. Then I want to hear from my boy Daniel Orton, Bleacher Report boss, and then Chitty. So go ahead. Go ahead, Driz.
Yeah, no, everything else was great. I mean, I think that we are definitely going to see improvements with our new assistant coach. Hopefully by the new year, just got to see how Jay Crowder can get back on his feet. But it's going to take some time. I would say
Right.
late February, early March. I think we're definitely going to see a lot of improvement in this team.
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. Okay, so you, Daniel, go ahead, bro. How you feeling about today's win?
Man, that first quarter was rough.
It was
That quarter was rough. 10 turnovers.
oh, it was
Oh,
bad, bro. It was bad.
yeah, I feel everybody's getting mad, and they came back in the second quarter, but that third quarter, it was hooping. They had a run. I'm
Right.
like, yeah, there we. And shout out to Khris Middleton. He is cooking. He is cooking.
Hey,
That
he
man,
had 11 assists. With Khris
yeah,
Middleton play, that's why I said Khris Middleton is best suited as a third or fourth option, so he can do stuff like we're not solely dependent on him scoring. Let him distribute the ball, things like that. I'm cool with as long as he's not dribbling too much because his dribbling is suspect. And then he'll try to
he
pass them a day later, dollar short. So you got to watch him a little bit. But in doses, Khris Middleton is good as a facilitator.
And he likes to
Khris
dribble in
Middleton can
traffic,
dribble a
which is
ball in the
terrible.
ocean.
Yeah, he does like to dribble in traffic. Yeah, I agree with that. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, dribble in the.
But he played well. But I mean, considering
No,
he only took 10 shots, Middleton, 4-10. He went to the free throw line for 4 times. 11 assists, 3 rebounds. He had 4 turnovers, but 13 points. I'm okay with that production out of Middleton. I'm okay with that.
well, I'm gonna give the Bucks this. I knew this game gonna be rough because Jared Allen is a beast in the post. He is, woo, and he was killing Brook in the
Brooke, he was
post. I
killing
mean,
Brooke. I just wonder if the
oh
chat
my,
feel any differently about Brooke now, seeing him against like a young athletic center again. Like, do you guys have any other? Do y'all see now why we really want an athletic big? Just ask it. I'll see what y'all see in the chat. Go ahead, Daniel.
yeah. Okay. It's the type of game we need Brook in, like a big guy like that. You can like try to slow him down, but like a fast-paced guy that can just run past him. Yeah, he don't need to be in there that much. And I just think that they gotta either find somebody or put start starting by Ports in the 5 for a
Yep.
big couple of games.
I agree.
but
Yep.
it was not. I mean, like I said, the first quarter was bad. Third quarter, they started hooping like they should have been doing, but the fourth quarter it was just a little bit laggy, a little bit. But I mean,
We
they
held
just
on
need
though. We
they
held
held
on.
on. That defense in like in the third quarter, and I saw because I mean they kept getting that passing lane. They keep doing that, then I'll be happy what they can do in the future. But yeah, that's all I can say for right now. Go ahead, Chitty.
Go ahead, Chitty.
Hey,
Uh,
my people,
What's going on,
I'm
sir?
greeting everyone. Yeah, so today's game uh is a bit rough, as Daniel said.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think that we've really gotten what we truly want in terms of having the team looking towards that championship. I don't think
Okay.
so. I feel that our win currently, this 24-8, like is kind of like the fakest win that any team in the NBA has
So you,
had.
you
I don't
think our
know.
you think
I
our you
just feel
think
that
our
we get
you think our record
exposed.
is a little fugazi then? You think our record is not really
Exactly.
okay?
Exactly with the way we play. With the
Okay.
way we play, I just feel like that we could get exposed in a really bad way, and I don't want it to be like this last playoffs where they knocked us off in the first round. I don't know if you understand, because the previous season, this was the tiny details that we were talking about. If you remember, during the Buds
I
era,
would say
there was
I was
some kind of like
I see where you're going, but what I would like to say though, Chitty, is this is a much greater offensive team than that team from last year. I'm not. Our defense has definitely stepped back. I definitely agree with you there, but we are prolific offensively. No Bud team was ever like this explosive. Like this team is explosive. We second in scoring offensively. So I don't think we'll. Our problem is, can we get enough stops to get a win? It won't be scoring points. Even today, I mean, it's an game. We messing around 2 quarters. We play for real 2 quarters, and we still put up almost 120. I mean, like, and this wasn't even us playing for real. This was just doing enough to get the win. That's what I feel the problem is with the Bucks, Chitty. You can tell me if I'm wrong, Driz, Daniel. I feel like the Bucks just do enough to hang around, and then in the quarters they need to play for real or get some distance. That's when you see them tighten up and start to buckle down. Now you seeing Dame all of a sudden looking like Dame for Portland. Now you seeing all these other players starting to step up. Are the Bucks just choosing when to turn it on at this point? And they're just hanging around in the other quarters, but if they get hot, it's fine. If not, they'll just close them out in the other 2 quarters. Do y'all feel like that at all? That they're not really playing for real until they have to or they choose to?
Yeah, I think they're
Chitty,
drinking the Coach Bud's
I,
Kool-Aid mix. And, oh,
I feel. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to
no,
say. I was going to say, Chitty, I agree with you
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like we talked about his last live, and
Right.
like he had a rant, and he said and I say it too. Look at that schedule. It's about to get real serious soon, so they have no choice to get
Correct.
serious if they step there, and then we will get exposed. So,
That,
I agree with you on that.
yeah, we'll know the second half of the season, Chitty. We play everybody the second half of the season. That's when we playing the Bostons. We playing Denver's. We playing everybody you can think of that's good in the second half of the year. So if you think that it's fraud, we gonna find out. It's gonna happen fast. These first 2 months of the new year, we gonna see where the Bucks are at because they playing some heavy competition going to the second half of the season. And regardless, I think that on the positive note, we'll be battle tested by the playoffs because of how difficult our schedule is in the second half of the season. So I think that it could be a blessing in disguise playing all them tough teams so we can know where we're at. Hey, Bucks Nation, please let's get them likes up, y'all. We going live. We putting in work after every live, y'all. Come on, let's get them likes up. Much appreciated, Bucks Nation. Go ahead, Chitty.
yeah. So I think I think I would make my observations, and maybe it's the solution to some of the
Mm-hmm.
problems that I've seen. So my thing is we've got like a slow start to games,
Mm-hmm.
and this is kind of like something that we've known for years now. Solution would be we should play younger guys so that they can pick up the tempo, because we're a team that actually we're like a tempo play kind of team. So somebody has to set the tempo high
Mm-hmm.
while we follow. So we know how to, keep the rhythm of the game or keep the tempo of the game high if the start of the game is high. And if you want to look at it, take the 4 game sample size of when Andrew Jackson Jr. started, while Malik Beasley was
Hurt.
injured or something.
Mm-hmm.
You could see that our tempo to every game. We won that first straight games. We won it, and there was no kind of like
Yeah.
question to the way we won those games,
There,
because from the start
that's a good
we
point.
were
I
like,
gotta get
oh,
Chitty that one. That's a good point, Chitty. That's a good point. When he was playing, the energy was
exactly.
different on the team. When Andre Jackson was starting consistently, that game he played 30+ minutes. I will say that. That's fair. That's a fair statement, Chitty. The energy was different. I agree with that. The energy was different.
Exactly. So I don't. I want to actually state this. The Denver Nuggets won their championship this last season with a rookie. So why don't we actually do that? We have a great rookie in Andrew Jackson Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if we keep that as our starting five, just to always keep that tempo high, and then we can bring in these guys as second tier. I
Now
don't think there's anything wrong with that.
the only thing that I can say about that is due to the age of the players. I don't know if we can do that for 4 quarters. That's the thing. Just because they're gonna try to monitor their energy, that's the problem. Sometimes we come out too hot, then we kind of are a little slow in the second or third quarter, and then we got to pick it up in the fourth. It's got to be at some type of level they can stay on consistently, and then kick it in when they need it. I feel that's just what's happening, just because of the age of our team. Appreciate the 7.99 super chat, Jimmy Roller. Let me get that one off real quick. Hold on. 1 second, y'all. Shout out to you, Jimmy Roller, 7.99 super chat. Keep your grind over holidays. Salute, Amber. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Salute, salute. Go ahead, Chitty. What up, Keys?
Yeah. So I like what you said about keeping actually not making our players get tired out.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think that those 4 sample games that we started Andrew Jackson
Mm-hmm.
Jr. We didn't see any lapses in the third or fourth quarter or second and third quarter, because I think that was what the point you were trying to raise. But we
Mm-hmm.
didn't see any lapses, because guess what? It's not like the Bud era where he only plays his starters all through the game. This time around we mix it up. We mix it with the bench
Okay.
guys. So to me, it's fair enough to have the bench guys come in during the second and third, so that we can still have that momentum and tempo still high.
Okay.
But I think that during the time Andrew Jackson Jr. was playing, we considered lesser points in the paint, because people could not drive easily into the paint and shoot. This
Okay.
is this is this is this is one of the things. Our last game before tonight's game, which is against the Brooklyn Nets.
What second, Chitty? Just got super chat. What up,
Yeah,
Emerson? Appreciate the super chat, bro. Said W fire. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate it with the 50. Appreciate it, sir. All right, go ahead, Chitty.
yeah. So the last game, we considered 70 points in the paint. 70. So
Mm-hmm.
meaning that I don't think Drew Holiday was actually stopping. To me, I'm being very fair and honest. I don't think trading him out of Milwaukee caused our defense to collapse like this. I don't think
That's
so.
fair. That's a fair
I
statement. Yeah,
think,
yeah. That's a fair statement. That's a fair statement.
yeah, I think you have another super chat again.
Oh no,
Maybe you like
that's
to
from
read that.
Emerson. Yeah, no, that's from Emerson. Go ahead, Chitty. That's from Emerson. That's a good point that you making
Oh,
right now,
okay.
okay, Chitty.
Okay, so I think that the players are not truly 100% down with the program of
Okay.
Griffin.
Okay.
So if you notice it during the third quarter, you get to see that Lopez kind of like picked up his game,
Mm-hmm.
meaning that these players can actually play their best, but it's just that they don't start. They don't do this during the first quarters of games, and
But
that's
that's
a
what
problem.
I'm saying
During
though,
the first
Chitty.
half of
That
games.
they're picking and choosing their spots, and I don't know if it's due to age or what, but they're picking and choosing their spots where they want to turn up. So I think that's what the issue is. So let me bring that one to you, Driz. What do you think the energy issue is? Is it an Andre Jackson, or is it players being older and kind of trying to pick their spots? What you think, Driz, and then you, Daniel?
Yeah, I think the philosophy, from last couple seasons was just play at random, and that's been the biggest issue. Is that I think they still have that, they're still drinking the Bud's Kool-Aid, and
Facts,
they're
John
still,
Jackson.
they just need to figure that out. And playing these young players first would be the best idea. Just let, maybe eventually. I know we spent a lot of money on Brook, but take him off the bench once in a while. Mix it
Yep.
up. Let's just see what small ball young players look like, and we just said it ourselves. 30 minutes with Andre Jackson playing would be phenomenal to see more consistently.
Right. He brings a lot of
What less are we
intangible.
gonna get?
Yeah, he brings a lot.
And
You know what Andre Jackson remind me of is when we first got Pat Connaughton. He was everywhere, hitting threes. He was diving for loose balls. He was super. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A good motor. Andre Jackson clearly has a higher ceiling, but that's what the impact that I feel Andre Jackson Jr. has on the team is when we kind of first got Pat, and Pat was coming into his own as a bench player.
And I don't know if they're just using Pat's like veteran skills to kind
Right.
of develop Andre Jackson, Marjan more. But let these guys make mistakes. We have a winning record.
Mm-hmm.
We're the second in the league, and the only time people are going to talk bad about us is when we
lose. That's
games here
it.
and there.
Right.
So looking at the playoffs, we're what 8 games lost. That's one game lost in every playoff round. So
Right.
I don't see how these
Oh,
young
good.
players
Oh, that's
can't
fire. Yeah.
give these minutes. And then I did see that John talked about getting Khris the ball less. It's fine that Khris brings up the ball here and there.
Mm.
It's just, I think he's flustered ever since he had that knee surgery, and he's still trying to, get
Figure it
into
out.
that playoff Middleton ways. And then to my last point, I'll definitely hop off here because I'm sure there's other people that want to talk. I could definitely see us, in February and March being the most dominant. Definitely the number one ranked in the league.
I like that.
And all it takes is this assistant coach to be ready, and for everyone to be healthy, and then to get Pat off.
And also, Driz, before you get off, what I like to piggyback us off that is we need to do the fundamentals as well. That's what we need to focus on a lot. Not turning the ball over. Actually, like John Jackson was saying, and I said in the previous slide, even doing good screens can make the difference of someone getting an easy shot or you getting an easy shot rolling off of that good screen. There need to be attention to detail with this team that I feel is missing at times. We have a lot of mental lapses. We need the attention to detail is going to be big, especially in the playoffs. So I think that's something that we really need to focus on is the attention. That's what made San Antonio so great. Did they have athletes? Absolutely. But their attention to detail is renowned. Everybody know about it. You don't make the mistakes. Don't do things to beat yourself. Turn the ball over 10 times in the first quarter. Those are doing things to beat yourself. The Bucks need to tighten up on the fundamentals, boxing out and rebounding. How to close out, moving your feet instead of reaching all the time. That's this thing with this new NBA play. They always want to reach instead of moving their feet. Move your feet. Play actual defense. Cut hard when you're going off the screen. Just the attention to details will just make the game so much easier for the Bucks because we're so ultra talented offensively. All we need to do is dot our I's across our T's, and we off to the races. Off to the races, man. All right,
Exactly.
Driz. There's plenty of people calling in, bro. But go ahead, Driz.
Yeah. One last sentence. That's the pros and cons too of like running through the motions. We have these plays set up, but of course, the end goal is to get an alley-oop or a screen and pop for these threes. But we can't just again, it's fundamentals. So it's just we gotta play ball. But peace and love, guys.
All right.
Take care.
Yeah, absolutely, my man Driz. Appreciate you tapping. I'll talk to you, Driz, later. All right, Driz.
Absolutely.
All right, bro, go. All right, let me tap you in, Brandon. I'm gonna tap you in, Mr. Smith. Hold on a second.
I say my last piece and I'll tap.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Daniel. Shout out.
Yeah, I want to say real quick before Smith come in here. I'm gonna say that third quarter. That's what I want to see more of. I mean, like they did adjustments in the third. Point lead. I'm like, this is what I want to see more of, and I think that if the Bucks keep this up, this is a good opponent. I was like, this is gonna be a game. I'm gonna see what they're gonna do because Jared Allen is a good defender. knew it was gonna be a tough game. They
Right.
actually came in that quarter and
I
came
think we
back won
played
it.
well. I think Giannis was Giannis. Nothing stopped Giannis. Brook, Brook was getting punished a little bit, but he had a double double almost and 6 blocks, so he did have an impact on the game.
So yeah, I just want to say real quick, Happy New Year to everybody. I'll probably tap in a little later, but if I don't, just say Happy New Year to everybody.
Same to
Bucks
you,
Nation,
fam.
let's
Let's go.
get
Hey, we,
this,
we
man.
we going in. Hey, we going in the New Year's with a 2-game winning streak. It'll continue to 3 on January 1st. We gonna start off the new year right. Shout out to my man Daniel, Bleacher Report, boss. All right, bro. All right,
All right,
go.
man.
All right, I'm gonna tap you in. Go ahead, Brandon. I'm tapping in Mr. Smith here. Yeah, what up, Mr. Smith? Go ahead, Brandon.
I am Mr. Smith first, and then I'll go after them.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Smith. Salute, salute.
Salute, chap. Want to start off with the positivity, everyone. If you got 10 fingers and 10 toes, thank God. You know what I mean? It's not always
Right.
basketball, but everybody got something going on in their lives or whatever that this is an escape for, right? So
Right.
try more positive. Right?
There we go. Okay, shout out to Mr. Smith. Right.
Right. But if I'm prefacing what I'm about to say with that,
Okay.
I'll say this. I first of all, like I said, it's hard to get wins in this league. I say that often, right? So anytime you can get wins over a quality team, even if they're missing Darius Garland, even if they're who's their power forward? I forget his name.
Mobley, Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley. Even if they're missing key players, right? I don't care. That's not my problem. You know what I mean? They're still a tough team. They'd won. I think they were 5-1 coming into this game over the last game, so they were going to be a quality opponent. We see both Bucks. We see both of the Bucks teams in this game, right? We saw. I think if Khris Middleton had another turnover, I was going to break my TV.
Middleton good for 3 to 4 turnovers a game. That's what I say. You got to take the good with the bad with Middleton.
Right. But you see what I'm saying? But then I also saw Khris Middleton hitting key shots when we needed him. Timely Khris. You know what I mean? There was a point in the game where he had 11 points, 11 assists. But it seemed like every point that he had came right when we needed it, right? So right on time.
We've been saying this for a minute, Mr. Smith. No. We gotta get the flowers for this one. We've been saying for a minute. Right. Middleton hits timely shots. That's his thing. Right. We don't need him to score 20, 25. He does fine. We just need him when we got them lulls or there's certain points in the game. He can keep the momentum going or keep the comeback going. One of the two. He got a knack for doing that. I'll give Khris that all day.
Right. And it was a lot of that. Right? Same thing. If I saw Brook being the biggest dude on the court, being sealed under the rim, seemingly without resistance, Jared Allen getting the ball and just turning around and scoring. If I saw that again, I was going to break my TV, right? But then I look up and Brook Lopez has 6 blocks. So it's like you know what I'm saying? It seemed like Damian Lillard had poor energy to begin the game or whatever, but then he was coming in with key deep offense. Right. There was a play. Like I said, I try to pick out one of these plays every game because it's not going to be remembered by a lot of people.
Right.
There was a play where Cleveland had a fast break. The play had broken away from everyone. Damian Lillard was the one who got back, of all people. Damian Lillard got back, offered just enough resistance for a trailing Brook to show up, and then the offensive player couldn't just put the ball up. So Damian Lillard interfered with the ball just enough that the guy fumbled with it or whatever.
Right.
Got past when he looked up, Brook Lopez was right there. Had to throw the ball out to the perimeter. The dude.
Right. They had to reset. Had to do it for. Dame is trying. I'm saying that. I've seen him try. That's why I said he's not gonna be no defensive stopper, but he's at least trying. You know what I'm saying? He's at least trying.
Right. It's those plays. It's those plays, right? And so it's the tale of the 2 Bucks in this, right? I'm glad we got the win. I definitely saw, and I asked the question again to the chat, to the fellas, right? Because I'm just going to ask you guys, do you think that we have the team currently as it's constructed that could win a championship? It's my question.
I
That's
think
that's to anybody.
No,
That's to
no,
anybody.
I think we do have a team. It's just some things need to go our way, and we need to just make sure we paying attention to the fundamentals, and we have to get some form of defense together too, like a real defensive identity. Because I still don't think we have that. I think that assistant coach is coming in to help us have an offensive identity, but I think defense, if anything, would be our undoing is our defense because we can score on anybody. And we can score a lot of points at any time on anybody. So I don't think offense is our issue. I think defense would be our issue. Darius, I see you in the green room, bro. I'll tap you in a minute, bro. Salute. So I think that's really our issue is can we get stops when we need them? I'm not like look. Today was we played a little bit, didn't play. We still dropped 119 and won, right? So that's the thing with the Bucks. They can score when they want. They had a 40-point fourth quarter right out the gate out of halftime because they understood we need to play for real for a minute, and then they played for real. Took their foot off the gas a little bit mid fourth. We got to play for real again. Turned it back up and then got enough distance ahead of themselves. What I'm saying is, and my concern is, I don't know if that's sustainable in the playoffs. That style of play. I don't think that that's sustainable in the playoffs for you to kind of just sleepwalk until you figure out, oh man, look what time it is, bro. We should probably try to do something now. Okay, let's go. And everybody just form together and form the Justice League and everybody start killing. I feel there has to be some way of maintaining sustained success over 4 quarters and not just have these 2 excellent quarters and 2 bad quarters. There has to be a way to keep some sustained excellence. And I'm thinking that also has something to do with the rotation and bringing the right players in at the right time, having Marjan in at the right time and Ajax in at the right time to buy them some time on the bench for Giannis, for whoever. So when they come back in, they're fresh, but yet them dogs is out there doing what they do and either keeping the lead or extending the lead. I do think rotations will be key too. I think that's going to be very important moving forward for the championship. We got to play the right players at the right time. Sometimes certain players have to be benched against certain teams. Like that's just the reality. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on the situation. Go ahead, Brandon.
So,
Go ahead,
yeah,
Mr. Smith.
I was gonna say what y'all think. What do you think, Chad? What do you think? Do you think that we have the team currently constructed?
Go ahead,
I
Brandon.
like interact. Yeah.
I think we can. I think we have to do. Because here's the thing, Buck Nation, Buck Family. We got everything. We are locked and loaded. Because no other team don't got that. We are like that. We are like Dragon Ball Z back in the old days. Because people
But the
all
thing
that
is
crap
though,
about
we can't have the we have all the tools. You can see it, like Mr. Smith said. You see it. You see the best out of the Bucks and the worst out of the Bucks. But how do we get some type of
Right.
middle ground? That's the problem. When you in the playoffs, you got to be kind of even. You can't have these highs and lows, and that's what Chitty is talking about with the energy thing. You can't just come in the first quarter and just be sleepwalking in the playoff because they'll put you away because the energy is different. You playing a higher degree of difficulty, so you can't be messing around like that. That's why we need to get in these habits early. Just like Chitty was saying too with Andre Jackson Jr., I'll admit that as well. When he was starting, there was a different energy level and intensity level in those games where he was starting. We can be honest, and we had enough sample size to know that to be true. And Beasley gives you a different feel. Beasley is gonna get you points. He's gonna cost you some points, but he gonna get you some buckets as he did today. So that's the give and take with Beasley. That's the give and take.
I'm gonna come back to that point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come.
Go ahead, Brandon. Then we have Chitty. Then I'm gonna tap in Darius. Go ahead, Brandon.
because we got so many talents on our team.
Mm-hmm.
One, it's a good idea to start the young guy, get the young guy going, and get the Frank leg, and that way we can let them play there and get them playoff experience.
But that's all gonna be that Griffin got to do that, bro. It's like we know what we want with that. We want Griffin to play the young guy, but he has to understand that when you playing what is this my man's name? Pat Connaughton, 23 minutes. He gives you 3 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound. Is that really good enough production to sustain him getting that many minutes? Where you look at Marjan played 11 minutes, had 5 points, 1 rebound. I mean, I get it with Pat. I understand what he brings to the team. He's been around. He has some hustle plays every now and again. But again, once he's playing more than 10 minutes and not doing something, he's hurting the team, in my opinion. He's hurting the team. You know what I'm saying? So, Brandon, I'm going to let you finish your statement. Then I'm going to tap Darius in your spot, Brandon.
Well, you know what? I could tell you tap in a minute.
Oh, okay. All right, bro. All right. Good
No
looking.
problem.
All right. Go. Let me tap you in here,
Hello.
Darius. What up? Salute, bro.
Yo, what's going on, bro? What's going on?
What's going on, man?
Man, just I think I've said it enough with Beasley. I don't think Beasley should be a starter. Because he gives so much up. He gives so much up on the defensive end. And like not just giving so much, like players are able to blow by him so fast that it puts Brook and Giannis in bad situations. Yes, Brook is getting more blocks, but we getting more people to the rim faster.
That's
So
a good
it's
point.
like,
Hey, that's a good point right there. Hey, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point.
like, but at the same time, like we should be using Beasley like they use Duncan Robinson. That's how we. That's how
Off
we
the
should
bench.
be.
Yes, I agree.
And not just that. What's the difference between Beasley and Jordan Wara? They both was able to put up shots. Didn't give us nothing on the defensive end, though.
Go ahead, Mr. Smith. And then Chitty, I want you to comment on that. Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
Salute to my brother Damian. We're going crazy with that one. I like Jordan, but come on now, right? But I feel what you're saying. I
know where the energy coming from. I understand where the energy coming from.
I feel with the I'm on Beasley's head too sometimes. But Jordan Wara.
But you have to think about it. Like Jordan Wara was able to get us buckets, but he was giving us nothing on the defensive end. Nothing.
I see the comparison.
Right. All right, Chitty, tell us how you feel about that, Chitty, and how you feel about like the team energy, and then the original question about do you think this team could win a championship as currently constructed? Go ahead, Chitty.
Well, for the team energy, first of all, Amara, I think that we're not there yet. The way we play it during the first half, we still need to gel more. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
Then, if this team can win a championship, I don't think so. It's a 50-50 right now. Why is it? Why is it a 50-50?
That's fair.
Because the way the last playoffs, the way we left, or the way they knocked us out, I think that the games we've played currently is not showing me enough faith to believe that we can do a lot during the playoffs. I might be wrong during the maybe February March games, but currently now, I don't see that happening. And then I like the comparison between Beasley and Wara. Maybe I might be sentimental with my thought process. I think Wara is actually even better off defensively than Beasley. I might be sentimental about this.
That's not a stretch. That's not a stretch.
And I think the reason why Wara, we didn't see the best of Wara, is because no coach has really given him enough time to develop as that kind of player, as that player. Like we've given Majon some time, we've given a player like Grayson Allen. I still think when Grayson came into the Bucks team, Wara was far better than Grayson.
He just didn't play defense.
If Bud wasn't sentimental, exactly. If Bud wasn't sentimental, Wara was supposed to be that player that we needed during the 2022 Celtics series.
Understood, but what do you think about this team? But what about this team right now, though? That's what we talk about, Chitty. If this team right now is currently constructed to win a championship, we can't talk about what's in the past. That's why your windshield is big and your rear view mirror is small, because we can't fix what's in the past is behind you. We can only talk about what's in front of us. Can this team is currently constructed win a championship?
Currently, no. With what I've seen thus far, no. It's a
Okay.
50-50 currently.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna pass that same question in to you then, Mr. Smith, after Chitty done. And I see what you're
okay.
saying, 50-50. That I'm not mad at that. And you know what? You can say that 50-50 for real, because our offense is so prolific, it make you believe, but the defense is so bad, it make you hesitate. So I agree with that 50-50. If you want to put it like that, Chitty, that's fair, bro. That's a fair assessment. Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
I feel like I've always been a fan of a more balanced team, right? So we definitely have one of the better offenses that we fielded out in my time watching the Bucks, right? But I think our problem on defense is twofold, right? So you look at, if you watch other basketball outside of the Bucks games, and you look at the teams who are having success defensively, one of the main things that they're able to do that we're not is they're able to put guys in front of the ball who can consistently stay in front of the ball handle. So easy. It's so easy. Just look at the Magic. Look at the team that we actually managed to beat the other night. Right? But look at just their ability to stay in front of the defender. No one does it like all of the time, except for maybe, I wouldn't say all of the time, but honestly, I know this is the hated team. No one likes to hear it, right? But you have a team like the Boston Celtics,
Right.
which may be an comparison because they have elite wing defenders. So leave them out of it, right? They are like the extreme, right? Just like an average good team, their ability to stay in front of the defender makes it so that your post defenders have less work to do. Right? So we're now overtaxing one of the oldest centers in the league,
if not
who
the oldest, right?
situationally, right, is making it. Honestly, I'm surprised that if they had like what do you call it, Secret Santas. If Brooke got Beasley as his Secret Santa, the person, I'm surprised he didn't just like buy him a burger and spit in it, right? Because Beasley is making Brooke look horrible. You know what I mean?
Right. I ain't
So
never seen Brook get posterized this many times in the NBA season. He get dunked on because he don't know where it's coming from. He don't know where it's coming from. That's fair.
it's coming like
That's fair.
always has to step up. Every single time someone gets around a wing defender, it's always him that looks terrible.
Right.
Right? You see what I'm saying? And you do that enough, that's going to tire you out. So eventually, what little legs you had, you can't get up anymore. It's not easy to keep getting up every single play. No one's doing that. No one else on defense is doing that. Fair. He has to jump every single play. Think about that. Look at it from that perspective. Of the people who have to work on defense, he may not be running out to the perimeter or whatever, but he has to jump up and offer defense every single play. Every single play. Why is that? Because the point of attack defender is getting beaten every single play. Think of Brook Lopez as the second level of defense. How often are teams getting to that second level of defense? Think about that. That to me is problematic, right? Because Beasley will then show you why it's difficult to take him out of the lineup, because he'll have a night like this where we need a bailout shot, and here he comes and he knocks it down.
Right.
It comes like a catch-22.
He's the definition of yin and yang. Is the definition of yin and yang.
He's gonna make that shot. He's gonna do that funny boy wiggle thing that he does, and then he's gonna go back on defense and get stepped around, and then Brook is gonna be made to look crazy. You see what I'm saying? So, so when we say trade, and I said, Mr. Smith, what about Brooks 1-on-1 D tonight? I didn't think it was good. I also part of that is because Brook, at this point, if you're constantly having to come and play help defense to someone who's constantly getting beat, how much gas do you
Do you
have in the
have left
gas?
in attack? Yeah, agreed.
Right, to play someone who's considerably younger than you and who can already jump up higher than you. Like, all of it feeds. It's like one thing feeds into the next play, right? And so we're not doing Brook any favors. Brook is already getting older. And I think his situation is very good, which is what you'll see. 6 blocks a night. Even if he
I
looks
agree,
crazy,
Keith. Mm-hmm.
with 6 blocks a night. But we're not doing him any favors. We have to step up and fight. And the guys who
Those
are
6
younger,
blocks are out of desperation, not timing. He's just trying to defend himself from everything that's coming at him. You know what I'm saying? Them blocks,
yeah,
like, damn, like, what is going on over here? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't
you
have
feel
no
me?
resistance at the perimeter. I mean,
It
I like
feels
I said, I'm happy we won, and then like just to talk on the positive, another game we done shot 50% from the field. This team is one of the most prolific teams I've ever seen as far as scoring the basketball. The Bucks are fun to watch when everything's clicking on offense, but then on defense you just want to throw your hat. You know what I'm saying? You just literally want to throw your hat, throw your drink.
I,
But it's fun to watch this team on offense. It's so many different ways we can cook on you. You know what I'm saying? You got
I
Giannis
have
with the physicality. Dame is just sleek and smooth. Dame game is just very smooth to watch. If you pay attention to Dame's game, it's extremely smooth and polished. That is a professional scorer when you look at Dame. You know what I'm saying? On all 3 levels. And he actually got a few calls today for the first time. So shout out to the rest for finally giving Dame a few calls today without him having to bleed or fall extra hard. So shout out to the rest for that. This was at least a
without
better officiating game, so that was good to see. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And it was good to see Dame. Dame didn't have a good last game. He had 12 points, but for him to come back and drop 31 on efficient shooting, he was 9 of 16, 2 of 6 from 3, 11 from the free throw line. I'm taking that every game from Dame if he could do that. That efficient?
Can I
Go ahead,
can I
Derek.
say one?
Yeah.
The other thing that I think that we really got to think about, I think how the Bucks is constructed is for the benefit of Giannis and not the benefit of Dame.
Okay, that's
Just
fair.
just because like Beasley, I don't think Beasley complements Dame, and I think Andre Jackson complements Dame better because he can move around,
Right.
and that's the difference. Is that we're still operating in a sense like Bud is still our coach in the way the type of players that we have. Because to be honest, we have a lot of the similar players on the team. Like each kind of play the same in certain in
Right.
a certain kind. And the one thing that I'm really afraid of, same way of how not defenses, offensive picked on Grayson Allen in the playoffs, what they gonna do to be?
That's a fair point. That's that they was hunting. They were hunting.
absolutely. I foresee that. Sure.
Yeah, and so I think we need to go after somebody or just give Andre some more minutes. I've said it before. Andre Jackson's game is very similar to Ben Simmons. Very similar. He can hold defense. Just let him get better. He's still a rookie, but at least he can get that the NBA experience in the sense of how they call the calls,
Right.
those different
Facts.
because and we need some youthful legs that can run up the court, go for these rebounds,
Right.
all of these things. How many times have we I think it was like that one of the first plays of the game. Somebody shot a 3, they got the ball back, Beasley just sitting there. They picked it up again, and we just like, what's going on? So I think we need to have at least one set of youthful legs that's always in there in the game. We need to just to keep the tempo because when we got them old folks in there, we constantly getting blown out. We constantly.
Yeah, and then just the athleticism, like Brook, like he said, run out of gas. So we gotta feel. I wish we could get some type of big that can move. All you gotta do is rebound and defend. We don't even need him to score. Just rebound and defend. Right. That's really it. Go ahead, Chitty. What you thinking?
Oh, well, yeah, Amara, I think there are people waiting in the green room.
Okay.
I'll just make my last statement so that I can give them space.
Okay.
So my thought process is I think that most of the things that Mr. Smith and my friend up there have said, I truly agree with them. And I think moving forward, all we need to do is find ways to kind of like look into some of this feedback we're giving and then to work with what the solutions that we're trying to put down as fans, so that in return, it will be better for the organization moving forward. If championship is truly our main goal, I think right now we need to start looking into testing the young guys, putting them in games, letting them gain that experience, letting them understand that, you see, this is what we want to see from you, and we expect nothing but the best from you.
Right.
I don't think there's any way you put an Andre Jackson Jr. as a player for the rest of the 60 something games that we have left, or 50 something games we have left, that he wouldn't come up and show himself up during the playoffs.
I agree with that.
I still believe that a player like Andre, where he's coming from, Yukon, with what he was able to achieve during that process, having that winning mindset and mentality, him coming over to the Milwaukee Bucks, we need that kind of players as his starting five, because it will influence our games more moving forward. And again, earlier on said that 4 game sample size of when he started, when Beasley was injured, we could see the potential of this
Potential.
guy. And I don't think
He's talking.
I,
He's
I don't
talking.
think exactly. I don't think it's nice to have a player like that on the bench. We need that winning mindset. We need that winning mentality, and it's going to rub off. Now, watch what's going to happen if we have this guy Andrew Jackson Jr. always starting. It's going to rub off on players like
Salute,
Giannis.
William.
It's going to take Giannis turning it up more, so much a notch again in his game. It's going to rub off Khris Middleton, even Damian Lillard, and Brook Lopez. So these guys know every time they are coming into every game, they take it seriously. And then we cannot build that mindset, that championship mindset that we want. But right now, I'm seeing a lot of little bad habits. We play some dumb basketball sometimes, like so dumb, like, and then it shows. It's very obvious during the high concentration games. Like the Christmas game, it was a game where we were supposed to win, and then it would have made the case for Giannis not being third on MVP. He would have maybe been second now, and Jokic would become third. And these are the games where people like the analysts who votes for MVP candidates. These are the games that they
Okay.
watch. They don't
Right.
always watch Bucks games, but then
But
games
the
like
thing
that.
is that we got to take the MVP thing out of it right now. Like let's not talk about that, because we got the MVP is secondary to winning a championship. The whole point of what we talking about is a championship. If an MVP come with it, it come with it. But the biggest MVP is getting the Finals MVP. That's what's most important. That's what most important. I hope he don't get the
I,
MVP,
I,
to be honest. And the reason I say that is because I want him to be angry going into the playoffs. I want him to use that to fuel him in the playoffs to get that Finals MVP. I don't want Giannis to get it, to keep it real. Let him be mad going into the playoffs. That's gonna be better for us, because we gonna need all of that if we don't tighten up this defense. So I'm gonna let you respond to that,
but
Mr.
Amara,
Smith. Huh?
but Amara, you know that sometimes these awards also motivates a player like Giannis. For instance, actually,
But
we
yeah,
didn't give
but
Giannis
we
the
don't need it. But like what
we
I'm
didn't give
saying is,
Giannis.
but we don't need the MVP, because if he get the MVP, we don't win the championship. What does the MVP mean then? If you don't
Yeah,
win the
right.
championship, it's not about the MVP. It's about winning the championship, bro. I think Giannis would tell you himself he don't care about the MVP if he win the championship. We gotta let that MVP thing go. Like, we want him to be talked about, but if he don't win it, he don't win it. We are more concerned about hanging a banner. You can't hang no MVP. You can hang a banner though if you win a championship and you get Finals MVP. So I think that's what's most important. You know what I'm saying? That's most important, is getting to the finals and winning that MVP. I know you want Giannis to get MVP and all that, and that's cool, but that's got to be secondary to the big goal for the team, winning a championship. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let you have the floor, Mr. Smith, and then I'm gonna tap you back in a minute. All right, my man Chitty.
All
All
right.
right, all
Absolutely.
right, all right. See, bro.
It, it's a couple
I'm about
things.
to bro.
All right, my man. All right, go on. All right, see, bro. Let me tap up, my man. Hold on 1 second. Let me tap you back in here, Mr. Smith. Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
So it's a couple things. Like someone that asked me a question in the chat, I see. Why is Giannis bringing up the ball when we have Dame, or why is Giannis bringing the ball up so much?
I
I don't
saw
have a
that too.
problem, right? Strategically, that still has value, right? In my opinion, Giannis is like a force of gravity. Like he's gonna
Right.
suck players, right? Because if you don't try and if he gets around that first guy, which is very often because of his strides, if you don't close in on him, it's 2 points automatically.
Right.
One and
The pressure.
right.
You're saying the pressure that applies to the defense with him bringing it up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ask Cleveland how they feel tonight, right? How many times did they
Right.
like, right?
But then the beauty part is when you start worried about that, that's when Dame start clicking. And that's the benefit of having a Dame, is when you start worried about the Giannis and then Dame start becoming Dame. That's what makes it so dangerous, Mr. Smith.
It opens up for either the direct assist or the hockey assist. More often the hockey assist, right? When the ball starts and the defenders have to chase the ball after they've already committed, after you have multiple people now who is sinking into the ball, then you have players who are no longer on their primary assignment. So now they're going to be chasing. As soon as you start chasing, advantage offense, right? And then the more that ball moves, the more or the further back the defense is, right? Teams do this to us all the time, right? Just look at it in that way. It's like a mirror match. If Giannis is bringing people into the ball, very much like how Donovan Mitchell was doing, then he dishes out. Then that ball gets to zipping, right?
Right.
Such that when you surround them with shooters, whoever the ball stops on, all I need is 2 feet. Whoever the ball stops on should be a good shot. It's not always going to go in, but it should be a good shot. This is the argument against Ajax, and this is coming from someone who is the president of his fan club.
Right.
Because I actually do want him in the starting lineup, but the argument against him is a fair one, right? When you have Ajax out on the floor, that strategy that I just talked about
doesn't work.
Short with him, because as soon as the ball gets to him, now the defense can catch up. Because he can shoot the 3 every now and then.
But you're not worried about it. But you're not worried about it. That's fair.
He's not making anyone afraid of it, right? And he's not hitting it with enough regularity that he puts fear in people's hearts.
Right.
Beasley. So for all of the shortcomings that he has on defense, he does make people afraid. He hits that with regularity. Like tonight was the perfect case for Beasley, right? He is still letting people get around him without any issue whatsoever. But when he gets that ball and that
he's
ball
on fire. Right.
So it's a catch-22. It's a, you know what I mean? It's you have a yin and a yang player. You'd rather have a player that kind of combine those two in the same person.
Right.
You have a yang. Me personally, this is how I feel about Ajax, right? I saw it on a play tonight, right? I think it was toward the end of the first half or whatever, where the Cleveland Cavaliers had the ball at the top of the key, and someone went to shoot the ball. Now, Pat offered initial resistance. Giannis was behind Pat and closed out to the player and offered more resistance than Pat did when Pat was right there. It's not that Pat wasn't trying. It's just that Pat's physical limitations are what they are. He's short. His arms are short. He's not all that quick. Giannis, obviously being
has
much
the opposite,
more opposing, is the opposite. So to me, what that drew, I circled that play in my head because to me it's an indication of as hard as Pat tries, he can only do so much.
So much with his physical ability. Agreed.
Physically,
but that's why a lot of people want Pat gone. Is for that very point. Like what he has a couple of games every blue moon where he's doing something. He gets some rebounds, some assists, but is Pat really bringing true value to this team with the amount of playing time that he's getting? It's like diminishing returns after a certain point.
Right. So I kind of agree with that point, right? Because here's what I don't think the coaches are valuing different things, obviously, than the fans are, right? Clearly that what I'm valuing, because what they would argue, I think, is that in half-court sets, I think Andre is good in chaos, right? When the ball is and there's not a set play. I think he's good in that regard, right? But in set plays, you have to know the playbook. Pat knows it way better than Andre does because it's not a completely new offense,
Right.
right? If you're
But
still surrounded,
that's where you could say him being a veteran is kind of why he's getting playing time and understanding. He know the program. You know what I'm saying? He don't got to look up directions like you said. He know the program. So that is a big point. I can understand that.
And that's what they're valuing. Now, my counter argument to that would be the only way for Andre to learn it is by being on the court whose window or ceiling is higher. I would much rather, if this were a game where I'm trying to max out a player, if I know that this player can max out much further than this guy,
Right.
I'm not going to continue to play the guy who's only going to go so far. I'm going to play the guy who can go much further when the games actually matter. He's ready.
And I'm wondering if Griffin is waiting till a specific moment to start this, because he has. I mean, it has to be obvious though, Mr. Smith. Everybody watching it sees it, so there's no way that he can't see it unless he's buying his time to institute this at a certain point. That's the only thing I can think of. He can't be that slow. He can't be that slow.
I don't think he's valuing it, to be honest with you. I think, honestly, a lot of this is going to look differently, potentially, and I think he's kind of putting his eggs in that basket when Jay Crowder comes back.
Okay.
See, because if Jay Crowder comes back, Jay Crowder is that guy who knew the offense and is that guy who could play that defense.
That's fair.
So the value of Ray Jackson drops just a little bit, and now you can have more guys in there that know the offense, and you want to have that gel. You want to have guys on the court. The third quarter tonight is exactly why you want your vets in, right? You know what I mean? Because that was a systematic wearing down of Cleveland by making smart decisions. Not all the time, right? Because Khris Middleton was definitely like, "What are you doing, Khris?" Right? You know what I mean?
Shout out to Khris.
Yeah, a couple of those moments, right? You know, but for the most part, there were a lot of smart decisions being made that I don't think are always going to be made when you put rookies in there, right? And so I value that. I'm just playing devil's advocate and trying to think through his lens. I value that. I find value in leveling up your players that have a higher ceiling, so that when they come, when
they're called upon, they're ready to go. But we have to start instituting that, though, Miss. That's the problem. How long are you going to wait before... And even A.J. Green. Driz is funny by saying free A.J. Green, but I feel like that. You got content playing all these minutes. Yes, there's going to be some bumps in the road. It's going to be bumps in the road with this team regardless. Going through this much transition or transformation, might as well throw the rookies into it and get it all figured out. What's the holdup? What's the difference? We got a decent enough record now. We got to... Even if we... This is going to sound crazy. Even if we got to take an L or two just for them to get it all figured out, I think it would make up for it in the playoff time. Getting A.J. Green a good run with the first unit, just getting them some run period and some exposure. You see, anytime A.J. Green in the game, look, he played 11 minutes, he probably got 9 points because he didn't hit 3 threes. He immediately has an impact. But I know he might not be the best defender, but I think he's willing. I think he would get better over time if he got more playing time. Same with Ajax, even Beauchamp. Even Beauchamp today in the small sample size of him, effective. I feel like, why should they play so hard if they not going to get the time? Do you get what I'm saying?
I do. I definitely, I feel like for me personally, I think the argument is, you probably, I feel, have a better argument with Ajax and Marjan. AJ Green, I think, is more of Malik Beasley at his best, right? Because again, it's just limitations. I'm seeing Green, like his ability to move his feet.
Yeah, he's a little slow.
His arm length, his height, he's not going to challenge much, right? So you're going to have him in the game to go lights out. What I prefer is more balance. So for me, the players that offer the best shot at balance and can be both offense and defense, for me, would be Marjan
and Ajax. Yeah,
I leveled them up. Now, Marjan's decision making and just game IQ needs a lot of improvement. Right? There are moments where, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, and then there are
but there's some other moments though too where he'll do something like, "Let's go, Marjan." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's the growing pains, though. That's growing pains.
Exactly, and he has what you can't teach, which is length in his arms and athleticism. You can't teach that. So all the effort, hustle in the world can't make up for that. and he's young with that. So these are young guys. I want more of that to be able to compete with some of these teams that we're going to see eventually, right? We're going to go up against OKC, right? At some point. That's a perfect example. And they will highlight very clearly where we are weak, right? Because that team is coming. That you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they might do something this year in the West if them teams ain't careful. They could. Hey, OKC could come out the West, ladies and gentlemen. That sounds crazy, but they have real talent. They got real talent.
Tough, right? I think the Nuggets are kind of playing possum a little bit because I still think the Nuggets are built, even with some of the departures. They are the strongest team, in my opinion, the strongest team out west. But OKC could definitely take it. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're playing well. Again, it's that length. If you don't have length, you're not going to be able to compete well against the teams who do. That's it. You know what I mean? You're going to have a lot of guys try really hard, and I'm going to give them A for effort, but I don't know that they move the needle all that much. And so that's what
Keith.
That's what I.
No, I can feel you on that. So Keith said, man, that third quarter should have showed y'all we a championship team. We see it in flashes, but that's what we saying though. That's the whole point though, Keith, is that we see it in flashes. We don't see it consistently. We don't see it over 4 quarters. We see it in moments. That's the thing. Yes.
I think that to me is the positivity. So overall, the vibe is positive. The bottom line is positive because we beat a team that was beating us in that game, and it took a real effort, championship effort in that third quarter, and then I think fourth quarter we just kind of we're nursing that lead, right? But the third quarter was inspirational, right? And we have those moments. I do think the strategy changes though in the playoffs. So I don't think that because we're seeing this now that this is automatically how we're going to play in the playoffs.
Right.
I think that's
we got a lot of games left, 60 some games left. I mean, there's a lot of basketball left to be played and a lot of development left for the Bucks as well, and chemistry. We got a long way to go, and some people can say our record is fugazi. Regardless, we got a very good record, and we're in prime position to have a nice long run. You know what I'm saying? As far as getting the right seeding in the playoffs and only getting better in the second half. Like I said, we'll be battle tested one way or the other in the second half of this year by force.
They would never on any of these panels, on any of these big channels, debating someone who would throw that as a point, like the records for games, because we haven't. I would annihilate that person.
Right.
Every single season, there's a team that has like a weaker schedule than others up until a certain point. We could all say that. Right?
Yeah, we could even look at Minnesota to an extent.
Bro, the Celtics needed overtime last night to beat the Pistons.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you know that if effort is not a something that the Milwaukee Bucks have a monopoly on, like, or lack thereof, right? A lot of teams do this. A lot of teams go into games where, oh, these dudes are flunkies, whatever, they're lightweight or whatever, and then they end up damn near losing the game. I would have laughed about that for the rest of the year if the Celtics would have lost that game last night. And it happens.
It happens. Any team can have a good night. These are professionals. Any team, somebody can just hot. These are professionals. No, I completely agree. I do think we could win a championship with the team. I just think that our defense really scares me for this team. This defense really scares me. It just does.
I feel like if they level up the players that they have, that could help them. And not just wait on Jay Crowder, and not just hope that Jay Crowder is going to come back and be the guy that he was before injury. I think that's fool's gold. I think you prepare the team as is with the guys that you have. A trade is a luxury. Jay Crowder coming back and playing well is a luxury.
A luxury, yeah, I agree.
Those guys like not there until they come back. The team that we have, I think if they leveled up the younger guys and really put some stock into them, and the younger guys have to meet them halfway. I need Marjan to stop goofing some of these times and having brain farts on the court. Like, you know what I mean? At a certain point, you're young, but the excuses have to stop, bro. You're in your second year. Some of the stuff you do is bananas. Like, you know, leaning in Like there'll be a fast break. I saw him lean into the defender. He's got the ball. There's no one in between him and the rim. But instead of just taking off on 1 foot and beating the defender, he'll wait and do that 2-foot hop thing or whatever. Show the ball to the defender and end up getting swatted away. Like that kind of stuff. You got to start sharpening those things up, getting smarter on
Let
the
me
ball.
tap a couple people in here.
Think
Hold on
that
1 second, Mr. Smith. I was gonna tap in a couple people real quick. Hold on 1 second. There we go. What up, WFSO? What up?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, Gibson? What's going on, Gibson?
Peace and,
So yeah,
peace
just
and
to
love,
finish.
peace and love to Bucks Nation, peace and love to Mr.
Yes.
Smith, WASF, peace
Uh,
and peace and peace.
All right, go ahead. Finish
Blessings.
your sentence, Mr. Smith. Shout out to Gibson. Shout out to you, WFSO, my man in the
All right.
Bahamas. Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
So yeah, I think we can. I even look, like I said, I'm not completely sold out on Pat. I'm not completely sold out on Brook. I think Brook looks better if we have much better point of attack defense. I think like you, I think if you started to minimize what Pat does
Mm-hmm.
and you shorten his minutes so that when he comes in, he could play at level 10 and give us that super effort that he can give. And then you start leveling up the other guys that we played. Like I looked at the minutes tonight. Ajax played for 2 minutes.
Right,
Unless
that's
injury,
crazy.
you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
telling
Unless
you,
that's
Rob.
injury related, I think you're doing not just him, the team a disservice because he's an asset. You know, the only way that he's going to get better and get to the point where you trust him is if you give him those minutes. You never lab him. If it's only ever in practice, then
Right.
he's always have those moments when he looks lost on offense, which is what's making you like, oh, I can't put you out on the court. But that's your fault then. Because he's a thinker. He's played on a championship team.
Right. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with his ability to comprehend. That's all I'm saying.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Gibson, and then you, WFSO. Go ahead, Gibson.
Let WFS go first. Let them go first and I'll go.
Okay. Appreciate you. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, I could have waited. Like I
let's
like the
get them
offense of
likes up.
today's
Y'all
game.
see, don't y'all see the camaraderie in this community, y'all? Can we get the likes up? We dropping all these gems and knowledge. You see how everybody getting low. You see the knowledge being dropped. Let's get them likes up, Bucks Nation, especially after a win. Carry on, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, like I appreciated the win and like the offense is doing this game, but as I posted earlier, like Brook Lopez, like especially like you tapped it to someone that he like somebody stole the ball. It's like as a person that used to play like a center position in high school, it's like you're taught to like get rebounds and not like tapping it in. It's like maybe one point you like tap the ball to somebody, but either like get the rebound or if it was offensive rebound, try to tap it in.
He did do a little bit better today, though. Like I said, Brook, I don't remember the last time Brook had 10 rebounds. He had 10 rebounds today. So we do got to give Brook his credit. The 10 rebounds, the 6 block. He had way more of an impact today than he did in the previous game with 2 points. So we got to give him that. He did have more of an impact today with Brook. He has his limitations. Like Mr. Smith like to say about players, he got his limitations. Physically right now, he can only do so much. We can't expect Brook to be moving like Miles Turner at this point in his career. We got to be realistic. You know what I'm saying? We have to be realistic. But he's still a rim protector. That's he can still do. He can still block shots at the rim. So he has he has what he's good at. I do think we need to play Bobby a little bit more at the 5, though. We need to experiment with that just to get. You don't think so? Go ahead, Mr. Smith. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, no way. So do you remember what the year that Brook Lopez was injured and Bobby Portis had to start at our center? Do you now remember how horrible that was? Everyone was eating off of him.
But that's what they gonna do. I mean, at least I think Bobby's a little better defender than he was back then.
No, I can't I cannot more strongly disagree with that. That is Bobby. He's terrible.
I'm just saying. I understand what you're saying, though, Mr. Smith. But when it gets them young guys, I'm just thinking of some options. What other options do we have?
I think right now Brook is. I think right now Brook is it. That's the other thing. I think we have to be realists with this, right? You know, waiting for a trade or waiting for the buyout market is that, like I said, that's a maybe if. Because you gotta hope that the team wants to deal with you. You gotta hope that somebody wants to come back to you, right? People are kind of halfway 50-50 with PJ Tucker. Do we want him? Is he too old? Whatever the case may be. PJ Tucker may not even want to come back. They didn't part on good terms.
On good terms, right? Facts.
Right? Went to Miami, kind of like wanting to stick it to Milwaukee. So when given his option, he may not even want to come back.
That's fair.
I think Brook situational. I definitely don't think Brook this year is anywhere close to as good as he was last year. I don't think there's any debating. But I think it's much easier to find a wing than a post defender right now that would help us. I would love to get dude from Chicago, like Gibson had.
Drummond.
I don't think that's realistic. Right. I don't think that's realistic. I saw someone offer Nerlens Noel. No, thank you. I'm good. He doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So the population of players that would improve us in that way, it's much thinner than a wing defender, which I think would go a long way of helping Brook.
Right.
Brook is me.
That's exactly what Pam's saying right there. That's exactly what Pam's saying. The lack of perimeter defense was really getting Brook killed, and what's the saying? That's fair, Pam. That's fair. The lack of perimeter defense is getting Brook exposed.
Absolutely. I kind of see it the way she does, right? I think he's going to be as good as he was last year. I just think that improving that would go a long way to improving him. Right? He doesn't have to jump quite as much. Maybe his timing gets better if he's not having to jump the entire game. Right? I mean, everyone else is maybe having to jump. I'm throwing out hypothetical numbers, right? But 30 times to his 100.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So of course his time is going to be off, and he's going to be slack, and they're going to just throw young guy after young guy after young guy at him, and he's there because Bobby doesn't play vertical defense at all, right? Not in the paint. Who is Bobby? Bobby blocks a shot every now and then. He'll get rebounds. I think he's much better on the perimeter, but in the post, it wasn't that long ago that we were dude as a turnstile in there. He has not improved since then. That is a terrible no.
He said turnstile is hilarious. Go ahead, Gibson. Tell me how you feel, Gibson. I'm gonna get to you, WFSO. Go ahead, Gibson.
I watched the game. I was a little disappointed, but I learned a lot tonight from this game because why Cleveland have a lot of length. We need length. We need lengthy guys on this team. We have too much short guys like Pat, Beasley,
Dame,
and Dame. We need more long athletic guys and 3 D-wing guys. I have with 3 or 4 guys in mind. The Bucks to try at least make a trade to get. If we could get 2 of them, I'd be happy. One of them is if we could get Royce O'Neal, and if we could call Wayne Gabriel from the Herd, I think that would be something to have. We need guys with rebound. We are not rebounding the ball.
That's interesting. Okay, that's a little out the box. Okay.
Yeah, we need guys with the rebound because Tristan Thompson and Jared Allen and those guys, they just was flying and just boxing away and doing that. And I was looking at some research on the new assistant coach we hired. I think he will bring some good athlete to this team because he used to be a part of Nick Nurse coaching staff in Toronto. I think he should help Griffin because he's a 5-time NLB champion.
Yep.
He have a good resume. He have a very good resume. So that's what I want to say. But the rebounding in our defense, we need to fix that because if we're trying to say we're going to play a team like Boston, we will get exposed. We will get exposed badly because our guys cannot play no defense because Boston is a team would have a lot of athletic bigs. Like you get Porzingis, you get Sam Hauser, Luke Garnett, Al Horford, all of those guys. They are lengthy guys. We need more bigs.
That's a fair statement. That's a fair statement. What you think about that, WFSO? How you feeling, bro?
Well, I think we are like maybe one move away from being great, but
that's fair.
I do agree with the defense that just needs somebody that can like coach the defense, or Griffin just focus on more defense than have the assistant coaches focus on the offense.
There we go. That's what I'm hoping. that the assistant coach could do. He could take some of that pressure off of Griffin, have to kind of manage both offense and defense, where he can just maybe focus on defense and let the lead assistant focus on the offense. Maybe that's the plan. Maybe that's the plan. And I'm not against that. That would be smart.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So while you was gone, Mr. Smith, so they were saying maybe this assistant coach would be a blessing in disguise due to him being such an offensive minded coach. Maybe he can kind of do what Terry Stotts was supposed to do and focus on the offense and get them together, and maybe Griffin can just focus on just the defense, and maybe then he'll have the time to really kind of, you know, get everything together, really see his vision, and really just put all his energy into it, and maybe our defense could get better with that with the addition of the new assistant. What you think? That's best case scenario. That's what I'm thinking. Best case scenario.
So we improve the defense by it's like 2 moves over, like because I don't. Here's what I would think to that, right? I don't actually think the offense again is the problem. I think our offense in where we are, I think is up there with the most efficient offenses in the league. Like we have, again, I said this in a couple of chats ago. We have some like invincible options. Like once Damian Lillard drops his shoulder and gets around and gets into the paint, that's an invincible play at this point, right? It's unstoppable because you're either going to foul him or he's going to get his shot, right? And we have Giannis. And we have Khris, who is slowly but surely, we're not talking about it as much in this chat as I think we need to be, is returning to form. Khris with the timely offense.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing, right? But maybe
if
Griffin has more time, maybe he could teach something to these guys.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm just trying to be optimistic as possible. They always say we always just talk about the bad. I'm just saying that I'm thinking that's a positive way to look at it. That would be perfect case scenario, I think.
I think, honestly, I think Pamela Machado is spot on, right? If we get a defender for the perimeter, Giannis can go back to being a help defender, and that will help fix some rebounding schemes, plays a role in rebound. That's as spot on as it gets. I agree with that a lot. Giannis is away from the rim, so every time Brook gets beaten, he's soundly beaten, right?
Right.
So we're no longer having
the help defense.
Right? I think whatever player we get has to be resoundingly better than Beasley for him to be supplanted, which I don't know if that happens, because I think we already have better defenders on the team than Malik Beasley now. I think Ajax now is better.
Hilarious.
Crowder is a better defender. I think Marjan is a better defender, but their offense.
It's not the same.
With what the team is prioritizing, they're not going to put Beasley out of the starting lineup. And I think a lot of that is where you have the problem, right? Because, again, if it's so easy to get past that first level of defense, you get into Brook.
Eliza, we're not blaming just Brook. You see what Mr. Smith, everybody's saying. We're saying the perimeter defense is making Brook look bad, but the point at his age and he can't move is also part of the issue. But we do understand if we have better perimeter defense, Eliza, that would help Brook. But if that doesn't happen, how does Brook adjust? If we can't get better from the perimeter, how is Brook better utilized in order for him not to get beat like that? Or is that just something we got to deal with? So I guess that's another question.
And I do think, I do want to kind of give flag here, Pronte hitting, because I think he's hitting on the point too, is that Middleton is starting to play some good defense. In that third quarter, how many times do we see Middleton step into the passing lane and get steals?
Right.
Like, it wasn't just offense that turned up in the third quarter. It was offense and
defense. Yeah.
So
that was a championship team. Like somebody said in the chat, I can't remember, my bad. They're saying that that might have been Khris. Khris said that the fourth quarter, that third quarter, it looked like that was a championship team in the third quarter. And we did. We was on full clip. We let the full clip go. 40 points in the third quarter, right out the halftime. Set the tone. We never look back from that.
It was a love and hate. It was a love and hate game because they show you what you love about him and they'll show you what you hate about him. So all in the same, right?
Same game, right?
I'm still.
Jekyll and
It's
Hyde,
a still.
Jekyll and Hyde. But the highs are so high. Watching that team on offense is beautiful sometimes. I mean, they score so many points so fast. I mean, like that 40-point, it happened fast. It was just bucket after
Yeah.
bucket after bucket. Multiple people. It's just like, man, does it even matter? Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
So you said with the highs are really high and the lows are really lows. That's a toxic relationship. but I'm still in it.
I'm still in it, right?
Yonder, come fix my life. I'm a Bucks fan. You
All
know what I mean? But
right, all right.
yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. Honestly, I think if we lose badly, no one wants to see that. I think if we lose badly, then that'll force the coach's hand, and he'll have to look at other options or whatever, right? I am still holding out hope. I'm being positive. We told you New Year coming. We're being positive. We can grow within this defense as well.
Yeah, and let's see what that lead assistant coach does. Maybe that's another little shot of energy in the team with this new lead assistant. Maybe he can help out here. Let's get them likes up, ladies and gentlemen. We at 78. Let's get them likes up. We're trying to get close to 100 as possible, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get them likes up. Shout out to Bucks Nation. Go ahead, Gibson. You look like you have something to say to UWFS, so go ahead, Gibson.
Okay, I was looking in the chat a little earlier. Someone was saying that Tyus Jones is on the trading block. Now, if we could get rid of Campaign and pick up Tyus Jones, that would be an excellent pickup. He's an excellent backup point guard.
I don't know if it's worth it. I think Campaign is doing fine, to be honest. I don't think Campaign, I don't know if it's worth it. Campaign been playing solid for the most part. Is Tyus Jones worth the upgrade? You know what I'm saying? I like Tyus Jones. He's definitely a very good point guard. But do we need Tyus Jones? I think we need a 3-and-D guy. We need a big that can move. I don't know if we need a backup point guard. I think that Campaign has been sufficient in that role. Would Tyus Jones be an upgrade? Absolutely. But is the juice worth the squeeze at that point? But I feel where you're coming from, though, Gibson.
Right, and we need John Horst to try his hand this coming trade deadline to push all, like what Mr. Smith said, with all the magic and all the button working behind closed door to get Andre Drummond on this team. We need Drummond to help us.
I've been calling for the Drummond thing. I know people worried about his free throw shooting and lack of offense, but we just need him to rebound and defend. That's really what he need to do: rebound and defend. I think that'll more than make up for his lack of offense, in my opinion. If we could get him for a reasonable price, I think Drummond would be. I mean, regardless, if we had Drummond, he's better than Robin Lopez. Let's just start there, okay? Y'all say what y'all want about Andre Drummond, but I guarantee you rather have Andre Drummond than Robin Lopez or Thanasis for that matter. Let's not forget Drummond just came off a 2020 game, so clearly he can get some buckets. And he would be able to get the buckets. I feel like the Dennis Rodman style, getting it off loose balls, going back up strong, dunking, maybe getting the and one. And I think we would need that on this team. I think he would help us, and at least he would be another big body. Robin is not even a big body. He can't even play. He come in like, dude, he don't even look NBA ready.
Like, I don't think they let him play either.
No, that's what I'm saying. So you just there. Like I said, I would be appreciative if Robert Lopez will retire. You could still be part of the team, like part of the staff. You could learn to be an assistant coach or something. Then you can still hang out with your brother without hurting the team. That's what, if Robert Lopez cared about this team, he would retire and go into the coaching staff. That's if he really cared about this team. Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
Or he can go work the State Farm.
But here's my thing with that. If we drop Robin, how much money is he making this year?
No, not enough. Let me see.
Like around $1 million.
It would just be freeing up a roster spot, right?
Right
now, the Bucks are up against it as far as the finances and who we're able to bring in. You see what I'm saying? We were lucky to get Beasley. We were lucky that Beasley came off bad season.
We got the third highest. We got the third highest payroll in the NBA. We have the third highest.
You feel me? So like any player, it'll be eyebrow raising if we were able to get someone that can come in and help us in the way that we right?
Yeah,
Because it's
Beasley's
not
only
that we
getting
don't.
2.7 million. Beasley getting 2.7. Campaign getting 2.8. Robin Lopez is getting 3.1. So Robin Lopez
Oh,
makes more than Campaign, Beasley,
What?
Beauchamp.
That
We gotta
is
cut that. We gotta
crazy.
cut him. We gotta cut
I
him. We
didn't know
gotta
he was
cut him.
getting
We
more.
gotta, we gotta cut him. We need the
Oh,
cash.
Oh
We need the.
yeah. Oh hey, how y'all feel about that? Hey, Robin
We need the.
Lopez.
hey,
It makes the same amount of Jay Crowder. He makes the exact same amount of money as Jay Crowder, Robin Lopez.
what?
We,
Robin Lopez was
No,
overpaid.
that's
no, overpaid. Overpaid. I highly was it.
Hey, I'm
Highly
gonna switch the
was
scene real
it.
quick. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I just want to show the people this. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hey, as y'all can see here, I'm just gonna highlight here. Robin Lopez, 3.196 million, the exact same as Jay Crowder, but more than Payne, Beasley, and Beauchamp. I just wanted y'all to see that. Back to regularly scheduled
High,
programming. What
highway
y'all gotta
robbery.
say? What y'all gotta say now? Y'all still think we
Overpaid.
should cut the
Overpaid.
now? What you want to say,
Overpaid.
Mr. Smith? With this newfound information, what you want to say, Mr. Smith?
well. That is clear mismanagement of team finances, right? But but that being said, are you going to get a quality center? I don't even know anymore if he's getting paid that. Because I would think here's what I would think is conventional wisdom. Conventional wisdom for me is like we're not going to get a backup big at that money, right? But then he got that money, so who knows, right?
That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
even know.
I just put that there for reference
That,
to say it's not impossible. It's not impossible
that,
for us to possibly get somebody at the vet minimum at the buyout. It's not impossible. That's all I wanted to
well,
say.
the thing, John Horst. Look, we've said it before. I'll say it again. Like John Horst needs to walk around with like the Godfather shirt on.
Right, right.
There's nothing with this guy. When he got PJ Tucker, that was like steal of the year. Then he got Damian Lillard when no one except you apparently thought. So you and John Horst knew something. No, because I was thinking, I just knew that Damian Lillard was going to
Miami,
my,
right.
that
He
dude,
might be.
yo.
He
His
might
fight,
pull
I
something. Hey, with John Horst, hey, we don't know. John Horst has done an amazing thing. He might be able to pull another rabbit out the hat. We'll see. Because we got all the talent. We don't need to do no overhaul or nothing crazy. We just need another, like, a lengthy defender guy that can shoot the three. You know what I'm saying? That's what we really need to kind of get us over time. It ain't nothing crazy because the offense is going to get us out of more trouble than anything. This offense, when Damian feel like being Dame, you can't stop it. You saw the Dame that you wanted to see in the second half. When Dame is like, oh, y'all want me to be Dame for a minute? And then it's all day. It's all day. And that's the
we
beauty
can't.
of this team. Like, we can
We
catch fire at any time and get you right up and shoot you right out the gym. We shot them out the gym in the third quarter. They didn't recover. Did they get back in the game? Sure. But that's an NBA team. You're going to have a run. But the problem was we have so much offense, you'll never get where you need to go because we always gonna hit a shot. Middleton gonna do something. Beasley might hit a shot. Somebody's always gonna hit a timely shot. But the thing is, we wouldn't have to go through a lot of this if we just played more fundamentally sound basketball. I'm gonna keep coming back to that point of playing fundamentally sound basketball. I think boxing out, being smart with the ball, not turn the ball over, all of that will make your life a lot easier. Even simple things. John Johnson talking about setting good screens. That's what made Golden State dynamic. Yes, you got shooters, but they have to get open to shoot. And when you throwing a good screen, you giving them that half a step they need to get a clean look and square their shoulders. We need to pay attention to detail. Yes, we won. I'm happy we won. I'm happy Dame snapped. I'm happy Giannis snapped. I'm happy we won. All that shot over 50%. But when we're talking on this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, you go to one of them other people that just want to talk about all the positive. We talking about what it's going to take to win a championship. That's all we're focused on is talking about winning a championship. Somebody said some in the comment section like, oh, why do you guys always have to bring up something negative? Because, man, life is not peaches and cream, sir. You have to talk about what's real, and what's real is our defense is a little suspect. and it needs to be discussed because it needs to be addressed, because that is the reason I'm trying to be cool, Mr. Smith. And that's the reason why people are nervous about us winning a championship, because we can't stop a nosebleed until we feel like our back is completely against the wall. It's the 12th round, 30 seconds left, and you need a knockout. That's when they start. Oh man, we might lose. Hey, Dame. Hey, Giannis, we might lose. Do something. And then all of a sudden, I just wish we could do that. I just wish the light switch was on all the time. I don't know if it's possible at our age, but wouldn't it be amazing to watch this team with the light on all the time? No, you know what I'm saying?
Seems like the person that got the light on is Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis light is always on. Giannis light is always on.
I get one question. I get two questions, Amber. One, what would be another good piece to add to our bench too? And we had the guy, we let him go. That same guy who was played from the Clippers, he used to play from Toronto. And then he went to Portland, he got traded. Now he going to the Clippers. What is his name, Mr. Smith? Norman Powell.
I like Norman Powell. Yeah, he get you some O too.
Then we need to elsewhere too, though. He, you know what I mean. Now he'd be fantastic,
right? Sure. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I'm gonna give y'all last words though, because I'm gonna get in this comment section before we get up out of here. Already almost 10:30, but I'm gonna let you start, Mr. Smith. Then you WFSO. Then Gibson, you got to take us home, brother. Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
I think we're good. I think right now, if we get another player, your limitations are going to be A, price, and B, is it going to actually make the team better? To me, making the team better is that starting defense. It has to be good enough. Whatever player that we get, be good enough to supplant Beasley, which is going to be tough because they love his shooting. I love his shooting. Right? I hate his defense. I love his shooting. Right? So if he can't supplant Beasley in the starting lineup, then it's not worth it to get him because you already have better defenders. Right? You'd be making a move that's unnecessary. You already have better defenders. The only people I could see doing that is like a Caruso. They're going to start Caruso if they get him. They're going to start a Marcus Smart if they get him. None of those guys I really see us, especially Marcus Smart. I don't see us getting him at all, right?
No, not at his price. Caruso's realistic at the money, but I think that Chicago's going to want a lot. They're talking about multiple first round picks for Caruso, like crazy talk. They over there smoking wet.
On horse, like I said, I don't know if that dude has like naked pictures of people or something like that, but you get him in a negotiating room. I will put it on Instagram Live. Don't play with me. I want Caruso.
I just said don't play with me. Don't play with me as well.
Don't get bananas. My last point. Robin Lopez makes the same money as Jay Crowder. Peace, y'all.
I see you. All right, Mr. Smith. Let me tap in Brandon here too. Let me tap you in, Brandon. Uncle, go ahead, WFSO, bro. Before we get up out of here, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't that much in the Pat Connaughton train, like to get rid of him, but just seeing it as of late, yeah, he got to go. His time is ended.
Hey, he cut right to it. Shout out to my man. He cut right to it. He didn't do no sugar coat or nothing. He didn't walk into it. Hey, Pat gotta go, fam. You had enough. He had enough.
Yeah, it's over for him. It's over.
All right, go ahead, Brandon. Then I'm gonna have you, Gibson. Go ahead, Brandon. So, what you feeling, bro, about today?
I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling about they win. But do y'all remember why I said was like a few guys back that get back? Do y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now I think I'm not gonna start thinking of that now.
Okay.
Because why? Okay, here's the thing I'm gonna get.
Okay.
I yeah, say 28 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Pat played 23 minutes and had 3 points.
So
terrible.
Yeah, he didn't
23
play that much D either.
He mad now for real. He mad now for real. Ah! So you want to see Pat go too? You want Pat go too, Brandon?
Oh, I'm ready to get
All right.
it. I played 23 and only got 3 points. Boy, get the hell out of here. You are not there playing.
All right. All right. All right. Go ahead, Gibson. Take us home, Gibson.
All right, but what I would like to see is like, for I could be real with WFSA and Brandon say, I done had enough with Pat. I done wash my hand and hang the rag. Let's ship him out of here. Get him out of there. Let's get him out of there. We need someone who could come and play defense, who have length. We ain't gonna be just going 0 point. No. This ain't the team for you. We ain't got time for that. This is a winning team. We need production from everybody. Everybody got to chip in. We need an effort. It's a team. It is not a one-man team. It is a everybody chip in and
Talk.
sacrifice.
Talk.
We need effort. If you ain't bringing that effort, we need to get you out of here. You need to go. So, Mr. Horse, thank you for the message. You bring in my assistant coach. Now we need you to go and get us a defensive guy and a backup big. That's all I have to say.
All right.
Peace and love. Peace and
All
love.
right.
Peace and love.
All right.
The
I'll
Bucks
go.
love.
Okay. Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead, Brandon.
One more thing. Need to stop flying everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The fly by Pat. Yeah, shout out to the chat for that. And I saw the chat talking about Middleton defense. Yeah, we got to give flowers to Middleton. He played well defensively today. Shout out to Middleton for that.
Right.
Yeah, no.
I
Shout
like
out
the
to that.
double.
Yeah, no, I agree with y'all. All right, y'all. We'll holler in a couple days. Everybody have a safe, happy New Year, happy holidays. I'll talk to y'all shortly. We grinding, hey Bucks Nation. We grinding. We going live all the time, y'all. Let's get them likes up so we get other people to see the content, so we can let the Bucks community grow. Y'all see the knowledge that's being dropped on this channel, y'all. We give the good, we get the bad, we tell the truth on this channel about the Bucks. If that's what you want, that real truth, that raw truth, this is where you need to be. And this is a family environment. I always say friends and family because that's the way we handle business up in here. Everybody got their different opinions, but they're able to voice them without being scolded or looked at oddly. Because here we gonna just debate about it. Perfect environment for you to vent if you're a Bucks fan. Please share the content. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get into this comment section before we get up out of here. Salute to y'all though, bro. All right, Gibson. One more.
Peace and love.
Thank
Peace
you.
and love.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hey, that's this chat's battle cry. Peace and love. That's the battle cry for the chat. Shout out to Gibson in the Bahamas and my man Teron as well. All right, y'all. Go. All right, WFSO. All right, Brandon. All right, y'all. Go. Shout out to the gentleman. Let's get into some of these chats. Pam said the perimeter defense was not great in the first half. It was better. Oh, yeah. We were night and day different team in the second half. Night and day different. Agreed. Mr. Priceless said Tyus Jones on a trading block. He could be, but does he help us or move the needle? Dre West said, all I'm saying is Jared Allen shouldn't have 30. I agree. He should not have 30. That's a fact. Trent, what's good? I'm sure Pat got more flybys than points this season. Give all his minutes to Ajax and Bojack. Shout out to Trent. All y'all on his helmet. Shout out to Pam. Dre West. Sal Cali was good. Absolutely not. We need one more guy. Okay. Keys was good. Yeah, we do have that team. A lot has to go our way to win a chip, though. Absolutely. A lot of things will have to go out. I agree. Pam said that Allen has added mid-range to his bag this season. That's fair. That's fair. And I saw you too earlier, Patricia. And there she go. I was looking at that. Hey, Patricia said, not with the defense that we currently have or lack thereof. That's the only thing that's in doubt, Patricia, is the defense. Everything else we cooking. Eliza said we obviously can't do anything about the defense without a trade. I don't know. Maybe Griffin can scheme something if he has the time. Keith, I'm feeling like the assistant coach could help. He come with a good background, bro. He come from a good background. My boy Daniel said what up to the chat. You see it. Let me go through here. Julia Burwell, what up? What up? He said Middleton look good. I agree. Hey, Patricia, shout out for that one. We need because of consistency. That's a fact. Let's try to get them likes up to 90, y'all. We at 87. Hey, bro, the link is in the chat, bro. It's been in the chat. AB said the new coach, though, Patricia. I think the new coach going to be straight, AB. AB, you got to tap in. You ain't tapped in a minute. Janet MOC, what's good, Janet? I might have missed a couple of your messages. What up, Janet? Said, what y'all think about our new assistant coach, Trevor Gleason? Looks good on paper because his strength is offensive playing. I think it's gonna be a welcomed addition. It's gonna be a welcomed addition. Fletcher 12 said Beasley can shoot. Oh, that Beasley definitely can shoot. Bro, he said, bro, I'm crying over here, laughing like he dead. Shout out to Keith. Dre West said, ever you capping? Maybe a little, sir. Maybe a little. Maybe a little. Jeff Riley, what up, Jeff? Shout out to the OC. I wasn't able to watch the game because of work, but I had it on GameCat. Jerry Allen had Brook for breakfast, lunch, and a midday snack. Yeah, it's going to be those type of games against the Athletic Center. Shout out to you, Jeff. Sal Cali said the disrespected Beasley. Y'all went too far with that. I see y'all didn't like that. Oh. Mr. Priceless said the contenders don't play with their food, so no, there's point to that. Driz said Warren Beasley both have their own victory dance when they make threes. Is hilarious. Shout out to you. AJ said we're not a championship level yet, but we got time. We got time. Janet MOC said this team is not championship ready. We need stronger defense. We do need. That's our only problem is defense. Everything else is on time. Demetrius Holiday said, man, Beasley is shooting 46% from three. Wasn't the last time we had a role player shoot like that. That's valid point. Valid point. 2 more likes, ladies and gentlemen, to get us to 90. Oh, I said Crowder coming back might help. That's definitely going to help. Definitely. I think that's going to be huge. AJ said even Dame is also bad on defense. I don't know who's worse at defense, by the way, the two. I would say Beasley. Dre West said, Mr. Smith, what about Brooks 1-on-1 D tonight? We can't. That's not his strong suit, though. Fronte hit. What up, bro? Said war is not good. Just straight like that. Terrence Hughes, what's good? I love how in the last minute they went to Dame and Giannis won. The action is going to be unstoppable. Yeah. That good point about that, Terrence Hughes. Good point. Abadoy said, what about Dame air ball threes, Riley? That happens from time to time, but he shot decent from 3, 2 of 6. About 40%. That's not bad. Pronte said Ward can't get off the bench in Indiana. Stop the nonsense comparison. He right. We went too far. We went a little too far. Squid said we don't need Dame time. That's the problem. Dame has to play all fourth quarter. Okay. So you say we... Okay, Squid, I think I follow what you're saying. My boy, Mr. 414, I don't know if they can win it as currently constructed. There are times this team looks unbeatable, other times where they look awful and it gives you pause. That's kind of where I'm at, but I do believe we can win it. Emerson was good. He don't know how to pass, LMAO. Squid says, Sal, no one is going to force Dame to bring the ball up. That's true. Day Orr said facts. Chitty be spitting some fire sometime. Hey, Chitty get in his bag sometime. He go a little left sometime, but Chitty be in his bag. Shout out to Chitty. Fletcher 12 said, yo, Am, since his Pacers against Bucks, do you think Cuckoo Cal or Baby Drew can rap better than Freddie Gibbs? No, sir. Freddie Gibbs is elite. But Baby Drew's album, Powder, is absolutely classic. I have it in rotation on my workout mix, actually, is Baby Drew Powder. And that was a Country Boy Click, Purple album. Classic. I know if y'all know about Milwaukee rap, but the Powder, the album with Baby Drew, and I think C Note or whatever, Country Boy Click. Ooh, had some fire on there. That was some real Milwaukee stuff right there. Real Milwaukee. Pam said niggas getting blown out by the Thunder. Hey, the Thunder are a good team, Pam. The Thunder are a good team. Sal Cali said Dame only cooks when Giannis is on the bench. Not necessarily, but it does get easier. He's more aggressive, I would say, Sal. He's more aggressive. Pam said because Cavs were collapsing on him, opens up perimeter shooters. That's a fair point. That's a fair point, Pam. We get up out of here in a minute. Get a couple more. Oh, Janet M.O. Janet said Brooks blocks look more like he's batting flies, always missing. I be cussing. Shout out to Janet. What up? Mr. 414 said at the end of the day, this Buck team has to want it. Just like wanting air to breathe. Heart desire can't be taught. You either have it or you don't. Hopefully that will manifest the further they go. Wow, that is a hell of a comment. That salute. I respect that, bro. That was heavy. That was hard right there. That was hard. That was real hard, bro. No, I respect that totally. Great comment, bro. Shout out to Mr. 414. Pat the White JR, when he on, but when he off, man. That's fine. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Patricia said, shout out to Patricia and the queens in the chat as well. Oh, I forgot to shout out. Hey, Tish dropped a Cash App, man, just supporting the grind and saying what up to Bucks Nation. She gonna be back around sooner than later. Shout out to Tish, one of the original OGs in the chat, and appreciated that donation, Tish. Much appreciated. Salute to Tish. I forgot to say that earlier. I was just fired up about the game. Salute to Tish. Sal Cali said our queen, yeah, Patricia. Yes, sir. Shout out to Patricia. Shout out to Eliza. Shout out to Jada MOC. Shout out to Stacy. Shout out to the whole crew out there that was in there today. Trina, I see you. I see you. Let me see. Let me get a couple more comments in here. Let me see. Tony Jackson said, watching the Bucks play is turning me into an alcoholic. Might need some help this season. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Shout out to Tony Jackson. Trina, what's good? I'm seeing some defense improvements in our guy at times. I agree with that at times. Hey, Sal Cali, I show your comments, bro. Don't do me like that. You know you my mans, bro. AMUB, why are you showing me my comments? You wild. I show your comments all the time. Hey, Sal, we gonna have to talk after the show, bro. You know good and well I'll be showing your comments. What's wrong with you, bro? Come on, Sal. Again, said I was wondering what your guys' opinion on Wiggins. Lots of talk regarding the Warriors trading him. He might be damaged goods, bro. He might be damaged good. My man Sal be showing his comments. Is he what? That's my man. What you talking about? Squid said, how about just teach everyone how to play minimum defense? Fair point, Squid. Hey, Squid, you've been a little less wild recently, man. Shout out to you. Pam said, lineup of Lopez, Lillard, Middleton, Giannis, and Beasley, 126 offensive rating and 112 defensive rating. Okay, that's not bad, Pam. That's not bad. Those should be middle of the pack stats defensively and near the top of the league offensively. See if I missed somebody up in here. Pronte Hint said we need Dante DiVincenzo. In a certain regard, you're right, just for his on-ball defense. King Key said I'm salty about the assist, and we still might see it, bro. We still might see something similar. We gonna see. This dude got a lot of he coming with highly regarded, so we gonna see. Stephen Lacoste say, what's good? Can we trade Brook? And what can we get for him? Who would take him? Damn. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Oh, what up, Kerry? Shout out to Kerry. Bobby can move his feet better than Brook. That's a fact. Shout out to Kerry. Emerson said Tyus is greater than the campaign. That's fair. I agree with that. Jason Joseph was good. If we could get Tyus and Baggies, you do that now. I guess. Green Ranger, what's good, bro? Backup point guard just needs to be solid. We are fine at point guard. I agree. Shout out to Green Ranger, bro. What up? What up? Green Ranger said we need a 3-and-D wing. We trust to play in high leverage moments. Facts. Janet MLC said Robin Lopez, the cartoon character, is wild. Shout out to Janet. Wiggins is solid, bro, but I think he damaged goods. Whatever happened to him in the off season is ridiculous. What up, Stacy? She said, "Damn, Robert a crook, man, with no ski mask. He don't got no Pooh Shiesty mask on, and with the finesse." Stacy said how he finessed that. Patricia, I have no. Patricia said the Lopez brother clause. That's what it feels like. Carrie said, "Peace, peace, Carrie." My boy RJ back from the UK. What up, what up, what up? Hi, Bucks Nation. How's the game? I missed it. I was asleep. We did well, bro. Draymond for Brooke, Robin, and Pat would be a lot. That would be a lot. We get last comment out of here. Carrie said, "Peace, Amber, peace." All right, y'all. I'm going to get up out of here. Appreciate y'all joining live. We'll be back here again on New Year's Day. Appreciate y'all tapping in. The channel is growing. If y'all can continue to like and share the comment, trying to make this y'all one-stop shop for Bucks news, and also your one-stop shop for after the game analysis of what we saw in the game from a fan's perspective. So shout out to the best chat on YouTube. Shout out to the best Bucks podcast on YouTube. And I appreciate all y'all kicking in, chiming in, and everybody with their different points of view. All y'all being civil. I'm telling y'all, this is community we building here. Y'all, brick by brick, we building this community. This is friends and family here. I be dead serious when I say that. I say that every podcast. And I want us to always conduct ourselves like that. Like, this is friends and family in the chat in this community. And as we get more new members, they need to follow suit or they get them up out of here. I love the ecosystem we building here, Bucks Nation. I really do. And appreciate y'all always tapping in and giving such a great introspective on what y'all seen in the game with stats and just everything else. So salute to the chat for real. It makes it a pleasure doing this and grinding with y'all till we get to the top. We coming for everything 2024. We coming for everything. Bucks coming for a chip, and I'm trying to come for the chip of this best Bucks podcast on YouTube. So hopefully y'all help me too, and I appreciate y'all helping me with this grind. I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic, Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news live edition, where we just got done talking about the Bucks beating the Cleveland Cavaliers 111-119 on the road, where Dame went for 30 and Giannis went for 30 in a win, and we shot 51% from the field. We still have issues defensively, but I think we'll work through it. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share the content, y'all. Gone. Bucks are gonna be all right. We just need to tighten up on defense, y'all. Don't even trip. We for real gonna be all right. I feel confident in this team. I feel confident in Dame and Giannis figuring it out when we need it most, and I think that Khris Middleton is actually going to come in big in the playoffs, especially if he can continue playing and picking his spots like he's doing right now. I really think we're going to be all right. We might just have to shoot people out the gym, y'all. We just might have to be real with that. We just might have to shoot people. And it's not impossible. We had the tools. So we're going to see what happens, y'all. Go.